How you doing there? Welcome back to Babylon Talmud. Today we're studying Daf Ayin Tes, Daf 79 of Masechta Sanhedrin. Friends, friends. Well, today we're just going to go Mishnah to Mishnah. We're going to end kind of high up on Daf Ayin Tes Amud Beis, but whatever. Because this way we'll go today Mishnah to Mishnah, and tomorrow we'll also go Mishnah to Mishnah. I don't even think that'll be that long tomorrow, even with having to do like half of Ayin Tes Amud Beis. I think we'll be fine. I hope we'll be fine. But because otherwise we just gotta like do the next Mishnah and then stop like right after the Mishnah. Anyways, hopefully it'll be all right. All right, here we go. But hopefully then today it'll be kind of a smaller daf. I'm imagining. All right. We're going to start at the Mishnah on Daf Ayin Ches Amud Beis, 4 lines from the bottom. So if somebody intended to kill an animal, but ended up killing a human, he intended to kill an Ovid Kechavim, but what ended up happening was he killed a Yisrael. The Nefalim v'Areg has been Kayama if he intended to kill a Nefalim, a Nefal, an unviable child, or a child within 30 days, a child who is not yet considered to be a feasible child. For example, a child that's born in the 8th month is considered a Nefal. V'Areg has been Kayama, but he ended up killing a viable child, Potter. In all these cases, he is Potter. And as we're going to see in the Gemara, implying that Avol Niskaven La'areg Ezeh is Chayiv. If he intended to kill Shimon but killed Ruvain, so then he's going to be Chayiv. It's only a scenario where he intended to kill somebody to be Potter for. Whether it's a Behema, whether it's an Ovid Kechavim, whether it's a Nefel, and then you end up killing somebody to be Chayiv for. So we say in that case you are Potter. But if you Niskaven La'areg Ezeh, if you intended to kill Shimon, you killed Ruvain, so you'd be Chayiv according to the Chachamim at least. Now, to you hear this? If he intended to hit let's say Levi, I don't know the hitter, let's just say Levi, because if we got Shimon killing Ruvain, but in this case it's Levi. Or maybe Shimon. No, because we said Niskaven La'areg Ezeh. Alright, let's just say Levi intended to hit Shimon in his loins. Now, to kill somebody from a blow to the loins will require a more significant blow than to kill somebody from a blow to the heart. The heart is more sensitive. So he gave him a blow to his loins. Okay, so Niskaven La'kosa Amosnov, well, the intention was to blow him on his loins. Below, that doesn't sound good. Okay, he meant he meant to hit him in the loins. All right. Below hayabakidei lahamiso al mosnav, and now it requires a more significant zetz, klap, a blow in order to kill him from a blow to the loins. All right. V'al al libo. But what ended up happening is that he hit him in the heart. Now the heart is more sensitive. And even though the hit that was intended for the loins and was not enough to kill him from a strike to the loins, but it ended up hitting him on the heart, and there was enough force to kill him from that. Potter is Potter because the intention was to hit him on the loins in a place where the blow would have been manageable. So he's Potter. If he intended to hit him on the heart, and there was enough force to kill him from the strike of the blow to the heart, but he missed. He didn't hit the heart, he hit the loins. And this blow that was strong enough to kill if it hit the heart was not strong enough to kill if it hit the loins. But you know what happened nonetheless? Umeis. But somehow he died. Potter. So the hitter is going to be Potter, because even though yes, he initially intended to kill the guy, right? He was going to hit somebody. He was going to hit him with enough force at his heart to kill him. But nonetheless, he ended up hitting him on the loins, and it was not a strong enough strike to kill from the hip to the loins. And but he ended up dying potter. And as Rashi points out on the second line of Rashi from the top of the page, the tarte ba'inon. In order to be chayiv, you need two things. Shehei miskavin lemakas misa. They have to intend for a strike that will kill. So in this case, he intended for a strike that would kill, right? He intended to hit him on the heart with a strong enough blow to the heart, but v'sheyakenu makas mitza. But also, the strike has to also end up being a strike that is generally capable of killing, and in this case, that wasn't the case because he hit him on the loins, and it was not a strong enough blow to kill him on the loins. So therefore, he's potter. Okay, but Kilu, if he hits him to the heart with a blow that's strong enough to kill from the heart, and he hits him on the heart, well then it was a strong enough blow to kill, and it was his intention to hit him on the heart, so then he's chayiv. So now, niskav lakas is agadol. If he intended to hit an adult, now the blow was not strong enough to kill an adult, but he hit a minor, and the blow was strong enough to kill the minor, and the minor died, potter, right? Because he didn't intend to kill. If he intended to hit a minor and it was strong enough to hit the minor, to kill the minor, but he ended up hitting an adult, and that blow was not strong enough to kill an adult, but the adult nonetheless died, potter. He's potter since the blow that landed on the adult was not strong enough to kill an adult, generally speaking. However, if he intended to strike the victim on his loins, and it was a strong enough blow to the loins to kill, but he missed the loins and it went to the heart, and he died chayiv. Well, then he's chayiv because he initially intended to kill, and he did kill, and the blow that landed was a strong enough blow to kill, right? He intended to hit him on the loins, and it was strong enough to kill on the loins, and it hit the heart, and it was also strong enough to hit the heart, and he died. Well, then he's chayiv. If he intended to hit an adult, and it was a strong enough blow to kill the adult, but he ended up hitting a minor, and it was enough to kill the minor as well, chayiv, he's going to be chayiv. Reb Shimon Omer says, Reb Shimon, potter. Whereas Reb Shimon says that even if he intended to kill Shimon, but he didn't kill Shimon, he killed Reuven, potter. Meaning even though, right, both are right, he'd be chayiv for Shimon, he'd be chayiv for Reuven, but since he intended to kill Shimon and he ended up killing Reuven, potter, since it's a different person. Reb Shimon what is Reb Shimon referring to? If he's going on the seifa, so Keilu, we said, right, I don't know, what do we say, he intended to hit an adult, and it was strong enough to hit the adult, but he ended up being a minor, and the minor died, he's chayiv. And Reb Shimon is saying that he's potter because Niskaven Laragazeh is potter. But if that's the case, then right. So Ilema Sefer Reb Shimon potter mibayle. Then it should just simply say that Reb Shimon says it's potter. It doesn't have to say Niskaven Laragazeh potter. You should say Reb Shimon potter. So Ela Areisha. Rather, Reb Shimon is referring to the Reisha Niskaven Laragazeh Behem Varagazeh Adam. That if he intended to kill an animal, but he ended up killing a person, or to Novid ended up killing a Yisrael, then a fallen Varag ben Kayama, or a Nephil and he killed a ben Kayama, potter. Right, so those are all situations where he intended to kill somebody to be potter for, but he ended up killing somebody's chayiv for. So in that case, it's potter. Niskaven Laragazeh Varagazeh chayiv. However, the implication being, according to the Tanakama, that if he intended to kill Shimon, but he ended up killing Reuven, he's going to be chayiv, because he's chayiv for both Shimon and for Reuven. Reb Shimon Omer says, Reb Shimon, afilu niskaven l'aragazeh v'aragazeh potter. Reb Shimon says, no, niskaven l'aragazeh v'aragazeh is potter. Now the difference between if Reb Shimon is saying it on the Reisha or the Seifa is that if he's going on the Seifa, well then it sounds like he's saying he's potter on the entire Mishnah. Even, for example, when you intended to hit him on the loins and you ended up hitting him on the heart, and there was strong enough to hit him, to kill him from the loins, and he killed him on the heart. So the Mishnah had said that he'd be chayiv for that. So Reb Shimon agrees that he'd be chayiv for that. But if we're saying that Reb Shimon's going on the seifa, that he's coming mamash all the way at the end and saying potter, then it would imply that he says potter on the entire Mishnah, even when you hit him on the loins strong enough to kill him, but ended up hitting him on the heart and it killed him. So Reb Shimon would agree in that case he is chayiv. But niskam l'areg hazeh v'areg hazeh, if he intended to kill Shimon but killed Reuven, Reb Shimon would say potter, but the Chacham would say there chayiv. Chacham would say chayiv over there. Pshita koi Reuven v'Shimon. So it's clear that if you have Shimon and Reuven standing there, v'omar ona l'Reuven kol michavna l'Shimon lo kol michavna, and Levi, who's about to kill somebody, and Levi says l'Reuven kol michavna, I'm intending to hit Reuven, l'Shimon lo kol michavna, I don't intend to hit Shimon. And he ends up hitting Shimon even though he didn't intend to. Anu pluktai. This is the machlokes. Tanakama says, "Niskam la'agazev ergazev chayav." Reb Shimon says, "Niskam la'agazev ergazev potter." But what about Omer lechad min ayumai? What if he says, "I intend to hit one of them"? Is that considered specific enough, or does he have to say which one? Inami kisov Reuven v'nimtza Shimon mai. Or what if he hit his intended target? The thing is, he thought that target was Shimon. It turns out that it's Reuven. So meaning he hit the right target, meaning the right physical target, but he thought that the target was somebody else. So what happens in these cases? Tashma, the Tani Reb Shimon Omer says, Reb Shimon, Ad sheyomai lefloni ani miskavin. Reb Shimon says, right, and this question was of course according to Reb Shimon, right, is it considered specific enough? So we say that Reb Shimon Omer says, Reb Shimon, Ad sheyomai lefloni ani miskavin. He's only chayiv if he says, I intend to hit this guy. Wait, what? Right. In order to be chayiv, he has to say, I intend to hit this person, then he hits that person. However, if that doesn't work out, so then he is potter. That doesn't work out, then he's potter, right? In order to be chayiv, he has to say, I intend to hit this person, and he in fact hits that person. What does Rashi say? Also ploni harag b'diuk. Lo yiched also v'chen ksav Reuven v'nimtza Shimon lo zeu ploni sheniskaven lo. Exactly. According to Reb Shimon, in order to be chayiv, you have to say, I intend to hit this person, and you have to hit your mark, and it be the correct person that was hit. My time with Reb Shimon, Akum Reb Shimon says this, so I'm because the apostle says va'arav loy v'kom alav, that you I always forget the word here, that you ambush him and come upon him. You have to have specific intent for this victim. Rabbanan Amir, but the rabbis say, what? Rabbanan Amir dvei Rabbi Yanai, Prad lezorik even legoy. That according to the Chachamim, Niskam la'argezeh v'argezeh is chayiv. So what do you do with v'arav lo v'kam alav? Well, what it means is, in the following case, you would be potter. You would be potter in the case of if you throw a stone into a group of people. Hey Chidami, what's the deal with this group of people that the pasuk needs to say v'arav lo v'kam alav, to say that you would be potter, to exclude a scenario where you throw a stone into a group of people? What's the group? Tell me about the group of people that the pasuk needs to say that he's potter for. Hey Chidami, tisha kusim ve'echad Yisrael b'neim. If you say, well, it's a group where there were 9 kusim and 1 yid, well, say, of course he's going to be potter, because typically the ruba kusim ninu, the majority are kusim. So therefore he's potter because he threw it into a group that was majority of kusim. Inami palge ufalge. Okay, maybe we'll say it was a group half and half. Well, if that's the case, suffix nefashos la'akol. Right? Well, we don't, right? So in that case, since there was a suffix, I assume the suffix of being, he didn't know that he was going to hit a yid, 50-50. So therefore, he should, so okay, again, I can understand why he's potter. It's suffix nefashos. We're not going to kill him out of a suffix. 1 second. What is actually Lamali Kral gave the what's in the member Kusam comes Gabe. He doesn't move them Mishum the Safik Nafash Zako. Okay, fine. Right, because he could have said, right, the Kusam come Miskavno, Miskaveno, fine. It's 50-50. It's talking about a scenario where there are 9 Yidden and 1 Kusi. So in that case, I would think he should be Chayav because it's a majority of Yidden. The Rov is Yidden. But the Havale Kusi Kavua, but the kusi is a kavua. V'chol kavua k'mechza mechza dami. And anybody, and whenever you have a fixed amount, like you know that it's 9 yidin and 1 kusi, well, that kusi is going to be considered like 50%, and therefore it becomes 50-50, and therefore he is potter. Givaldig. So now we say, I understand according to Rabbanon who say niskaven l'hareg zeh v'hareg zeh is chayv, because then I understand the psukim. Right? There's the pasuk that talks about that Shimon and Ruvain are fighting, and Shimon intends to hit Ruvain, but he misses and he hits a pregnant woman. Rabbi Elazar says it's talking about where Shimon intended to kill Ruvain. As it says, that it says, and if, so right, so this woman is hit. So if she miscarries but survives, you need Shimon has to pay for the miscarriage. But if she dies, then so I understand according to Chacham who said so Shimon intended to hit Ruvain, he missed and hit this woman, and we're saying that if she dies, Shimon is chayiv misa. So we see niskaven l'hareg zeh v'hareg zeh is chayiv. Right? And also you have nasat nefesh tachas nefesh. Elo Shimon, but according to Shimon, who says niskaven l'hareg zeh v'hareg zeh is potter, how do you understand these psukim? Have nasat nefesh tachas nefesh my overlay. What's the deal with? It sounds like we're saying that Shimon is chayiv misa because he killed this woman. So mammon, it means that he's chayiv mammon, he's chayiv to pay for money. According to Shimon, niskaven l'hareg zeh v'hareg zeh is potter, but he has to pay money. Rebbe, like Rebbe, the Tani is within the Bryce. Rebbe Yomi says, Rebbe nasata nefesh tachas nefesh mammon. That'll be a soul for a soul, but that means money. Atomer mammon u'enu el nefesh mamish. Wait, how do you know it means money? Maybe it means that mamish we have to kill Shimon. Shimon, yeah. Well, because it says nesina when it says v'nasat nefesh tachas nefesh, and it says nesina when it says v'nosan beflilim, right, in the previous pasuk, right, meaning we say that if she survives, then v'nosan beflilim, money, you pay for the fetuses, but if she dies, then v'nasat nefesh tachas nefesh. So it says v'nesina both by the money and by nefesh tachas nefesh, malal mammon afkan mammon. So just like when she survives, you pay the money, the value of the fetus, miscarriage, but if she dies, you pay money as well. Rava says, says Rava that the opinion of Tanit v'Chizkiya is like neither the Chacham nor like Reb Shimon, nor like Rebbe. Right? The Rebbe says that niskaven l'hareg zeh v'hareg zeh would be money. The Chacham said niskaven l'hareg zeh v'hareg zeh is misa. Tanit v'Chizkiya says niskaven l'hareg zeh v'hareg zeh potter. You don't have to pay anything. You don't have to pay money. No misa. So the Tanit v'Chizkiya make adam make behema. Right, so the pasuk says make adam mishameno make behema yumos. No, make adam. Wait, what? I think it's make behema mishameno. Make behema mishameno make adam yumos. Okay, so we compare make adam and make behema. Make behema, just like when you smite an animal, which is nezikin. Lo chalakta ba. There's no distinction between shogeg lemezid, right? Whether it was accident or intentional. Ben miskavin l'shem miskavin. Intentional, unintentional. We're going to see the difference in a minute. Whether you're going up or going down, the fochu mammon or the chayiv mammon, you're always going to be chayiv mammon. Right? Adam or the olam, you're always going to be chayiv mammon by an animal, by nezikin. Afmak adam, so ochit, when it comes to smiting a fellow, lo tachlok bo, there's no distinction between shogeg lemezid, whether mistake or intentional. He's always going to be potter when it comes to hitting another person, and he dies. Right, exactly. The focher mammon. He's always going to be potter for mammon if the victim dies. Ma'aseh miskavin. What does it mean, ein miskavin? Either mishay miskavin klal, if it means that Shimon had no intent, right, there was no intention to kill him at all. Well then, Hainu shogig. Well, then that's poshit shogig. Right, because we said shogig l'meizi bin miskaven l'shin miskaven. So if a miskaven is no intentional, oh well, that's shogig. El pshita rather she miskaven loze el loze. Rather means that you didn't intend to hit this one, rather you hit that other person. Miskaven l'argazeh v'argazeh. If you're katani l'chav mammon l'fotru mammon, and we're saying that he's potter for mammon. V'bak talu my yitzchich l'mifteri mammon. Now if it's like the chachamim, then miskaven l'argazeh v'argazeh you're chayev misa. Well then obviously he's potter for mammon. So elalav shmamino, right? Because come l'b'drab mine. Elalav shmamino lav ba'ktala huv lav ba'mamonu. Rather, it's talking about this kamen l'argazeh v'argazeh is not chayiv misa, and yet he's also saying the fotru mammon that he's potter from mammon as well. Okay, that was daf Ayin Tes of Masechta Sanhedrin. Yeah, relatively short daf. Yeah, the main thing was, I'd say, well, we're talking about a scenario where you intended to, intended to kill somebody who'd be potter, right, such as an animal, of a kuchavim, nefel, but you ended up killing somebody, somebody you'd be chayiv for, so you're potter. However, when it comes to niskaven l'argazeh v'argazeh, it's machlokes between Tanakama and Reb Shimon. Tanakama says chayiv, Reb Shimon says potter. Reb Shimon holds like Rebbe that you'd be chayiv, however, to pay money, and then we saw at the end of Tanat Vechizkiah that you'd even be potter for paying money. Peace out.